Happy to everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, my good friends. Listen, today on the Dr. Telisa Show is a show that I know that is going to bless your life like it always blesses my life when I be in this young lady's company. To see a young lady that is all about what she say. You see a lot of organizations, and this is no shade unless you know that you need to shade, right? There's a lot of organizations out here that say they are caring for young people. They are really handling the business of young people and wanting to see women and young girls not just survive but thrive. I have personally seen I Am She be those boots on the ground, being there for our children, especially for our young ladies, because our young ladies are important. And so will you welcome with me to the Dr. Telisa Franklin Show, the one and the only, the beautiful Vanessa Caswell of I Am She.
Good evening. How you doing, Doctor?
I'm good, sweetie. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just want to say thank you for the invite, and we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do, honey. So we're going to have to dive a whole lot going on.
Yes.
Because I'm always, our young girls now are hurting, right?
Yes.
And so when you think about you as the lead director, you're not a director that directs from behind the desk. I've seen you be boots on the ground with our ladies. Before we really go all the way, tell our listening and our viewing audience who is Vanessa Caswell and why you do what you do with I Am She.
Wow. First of all, good evening, everyone. My name is Vanessa Caswell Rogers. I am the CEO, founder of I Am She. Just want to, first of all, go to the vision. Our vision actually is to prepare our young ladies for lifeline success and for basically adulthood. We start in the schools and we start in church. We start at a very young age. Who Vanessa Caswell Rogers is, I am a very, very loving person, and when God gave me the vision to run with I Am She, I took the vision and I basically I quit my job. And so I did that, so I just removed self out the way, and so I knew if he gave me the vision that he would make provision.
And there's a lot of people that has vision to do organizations, but they're afraid. They're afraid to quit what they know that's going to hit that bank account every 1st and 15th, right?
Yes,
and
yes, ma'am.
It's a faith walk. But when you know it's bigger than you, you know the next generation of young ladies need to be young women that need you.
Absolutely.
Then you take that risk, right?
I took it.
And I've seen you be hands-on. And so when I think about that, the purpose of I Am She, you have really lived that out, right? Because how long have you been doing I Am She?
Now going on 6 years.
Wow. 6 years of stepping out on faith.
Stepping out on faith,
to be a service of another young lady.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And so what makes the I Am She mentoring program so unique? Because there's like a whole lot of mentoring programs out here for ladies. There's a whole lot of them that say that they're doing this, that, and other. And they show these different metrics. But what makes your program? I know what makes it unique. But what does you think that it makes your program so unique?
I always say, Dr. Franklin, that it's a hard thing. A lot of organizations or leaders, they look at it the hard, H-A-R-D, but I'm coming from the H-E-A-R-T. And so anytime you do anything in that magnitude with, loving on kids and going into so many different dynamics, it'll make you do what you're supposed to do, or you're pursue that calling that God has placed on your life. And so it's a calling. And I always said mentoring, but it's to me it's a ministry.
Yeah.
And so anytime I do ministry, I want to give it my whole heart. And so that makes me go full-fledged into doing what I do for these young girls.
Because these young girls need you, right? Yeah. A lot of times you say, oh, well, they got a mama, but who trained the mama?
Absolutely.
Who trained the grandmama?
Yeah.
And so sometimes we have to be that village.
Absolutely.
We see so many of our young girls are challenging, but I always ask myself, Telisa, are you doing what it takes to help the young girl or young woman be a better version of themselves?
And I'm telling you, we are so, so needed. Starting out in the Fraser Community School, starting out at MLK, and then Dr. White pulled me over to West Side. Then I went to Liberty Elementary. the need for the village is most definite. It's impactful. I get so many success stories in reference to our young girls. We have a lot of young girls that have low self-esteem. So when I walk in, I always try to walk with my head up, and they're paying attention as well,
Absolutely.
because some of them I've actually had hands on that walk with their head bowed down, and so by the time they leave that 9 month, they're walking with their heads up. I mean, their confidence is up and everything. But I do understand about trauma as well. A lot of our girls have been raped. They have gone through so much, especially through COVID, being at the house and having to stay with uncle or having to stay
Yes.
with the stepdad or the mom's boyfriend. So there's a lot of trauma out there. So I just believe that if we could get more women to stand up and have that heart for the girls, I think a great impact would come. It'll come. It's hard though. It is hard. Like I said, it's HARD too. But the reason why I do it is because of the HEART.
Where their HEART is so HARD. You
Yes.
know, they have been conditioned just to have a hard heart and deal with whatever, or wherever the chips fall, I have to deal with them and I can't do anything about them. And so, but let's talk about that, because we have so many children that's dealing with ACEs, right? And I always share with people, and I say, I'm a 10. And so I know the Lord gave me a blessing for me to be a 10, right?
Yeah.
Because most 10s never get to the pinnacle where I am in my life, right?
That's the max right there, 10.
Baby, I tell you, I done been through it all
Yeah.
of childhood trauma. So that's why I'm always trying to figure out how do we help other children not become a 10, right? If you had a 5, Lord, don't let them get no farther, because it
Absolutely.
hurts. Everybody don't make it out. And so when you think about I Am She, what age group is some of the major target audience, and why do you only target that age group?
Well, the age is let me piggyback. Pastor Floyd wanted me to change it because he wanted his grandbaby to be a part when I partnered with him at POG. So I started at the age of 6 to 18.
Okay.
So eventually I went ahead and dropped the 6, and then I went on up to the age 8 to 18.
Okay.
But that has gone abroad too, because we have some 19 and 20-year-olds.
Wow.
But I just try to stop it between 8 and 18. And those 13, 14-year ages, you know, they're beginning to actually go through life changes with their bodies. They actually don't know who they are. They're coming out of, like I said, those broken homes, those broken parents, and even the mothers are broken. So we talked about it one time before about, you know, our grandmother.
Yes.
And so we don't have grandmothers that we had back when we
Oh,
were
girl,
growing up.
no.
And even at the church, we don't have that motherboard like we had growing up that would turn around and put you in order.
That's real far.
Yeah, we don't have that. So I just think that village is just so important. And if you're gonna do this type of work, you know, do it not for the money, but do it because you want to make a difference in a young girl's life, so she can grow up and be that nurse. Grow up to be that teacher, because we focus on academics as well.
Right.
You know, we don't like those ends and conducts, and we don't want you using profanity. So a lot of them girls that I work with at those schools in Fraser, they have changed.
And it's a blessing, I know, just to see their change, right?
It
and you
is.
had
Yes.
a hand in helping them know them. Because one thing I know, that if I went to the beauty shop and the beautician head was always nappy, how you gonna tell me you gonna make my hair
Absolutely.
look right? But I got to give you this. Every time I see you, you are poised from head to toe, and you are covered, right?
you. Yes.
Because there's a lot of ladies say they're mentoring young girls, but they're still uncovered. So what are we sharing with our young ladies? What are we telling our young ladies? Yeah, you can expose, but you still want to act like a young lady. But I've seen you walk the walk. I don't even believe there is a day. Now, I don't think you know how to dress down.
I do.
I really don't, because even your dress down to me be still dressed up.
I believe you, I do.
And so, what percentage of the young ladies that join your program utilize the lessons learned, and do they ever come back to insist later?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say at least 70% of MLK girls. I'm hearing from them now. I had 2 of them that actually graduated from MLK that's following me. Now they are actually mentors.
Wow.
Yeah. So we actually put 2 of them through college. They didn't have the funding, so we assisted, got sponsorship letters together, and sent them to
Yes.
college. And one of them is a beautician now. She has her own beauty shop. The other one, there's a third one that loved to do nails.
Okay.
So now she's doing nails, and she's actually working with someone out in Bartlett doing nails.
Wow. That should make you feel really, really good.
Most
Because
definitely.
especially for them to go do hair and nails,
Yeah.
that means they saw beauty in you and they want to make other women feel beautiful
Yeah.
at the same time.
And the good thing about it, I love, is getting those texts.
Yes.
I just received a text day before yesterday from one that back in 2020 I met, and she's moved out of town, and she just said, I just want to thank you for I Am She, because now I'm the woman that you are. I said, but you know what? I want you to be better than me. She said, I can't be no better. I said, yes, you can.
Oh my
So
God.
it just really blessed my heart.
And it should. It should. So, you know, Vanessa, what lessons, I would say, have you learned from the participants that has been able to incorporate the mentoring program in their life? What lessons have you learned? Because I always tell people when I'm teaching, there's still something that comes back to me. Maybe somebody may say something like, oh, I like that. I got that.
And you know what? You just took that, because I have learned lessons myself. And I always say, hey, I don't know all of it. I just said, God just gave it to me, and I just ran with it. But my mindset goes back to, even not with a female, maybe a male. Dr. White has poured so much into me, Dr. Bobby White. And also with Pastor Floyd, working with him. Sometimes those lessons come back during those conferences or those meetings that we've had in the past. And I'm like, okay, I got it. I see what they were saying. I see what he was saying and she was saying. So I take that and roll with it.
Because, you know, in life, there is a lot of lessons. And I always tell people, especially when I have somebody say, oh, you don't know. And I say this, Vanessa, you can learn a lot from a dummy. You may think I'm dumb, but I got a little bit more sense.
Absolutely.
And you may learn something if you
Yes.
just open up your heart and your ears to hear
Yes.
what someone is saying. And that's important to our teachers. That's important to our leaders. That's important to our mentors. Because if we do that, we can then start seeing things differently, right?
And you know, not cutting you off,
good?
just going to Fraser Community School. I'll be, matter of fact, starting back tomorrow. I have a class tomorrow in the morning. There's a new principal there now. And she is breaking barriers already at that school, and that's Dr. Clark. But for Dr. Clark to look at me, I look at her up here. But Dr. Clark looks at me up here.
Oh, wow.
So anytime we're in a meeting, she wants me to pray us out, because when I went to the school, I said, I can't do no contract if I can't pray.
Come on.
And so if you go on my page, every mentoring session we have, there's prayer.
Wow.
I started out, but now the girls, they are praying now.
Come on.
Yeah, so I love that.
I
So
love it.
I wanted a different twist to it. I know they talked about no prayer in the school, but I was like, if I'm...
Baby, we need it.
Yeah, much needed, much needed.
Hold tight, Vanessa. Hey, I'm your girl, Dr. Telisa Franklin. We are on the Dr. Telisa Franklin Show. And let me tell y'all something. I have Vanessa Caswell. I am she. She's really doing the work. We'll be right back right after this.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
in
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Telisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's
Show.
a story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Telisa Show.
It's time for upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
in
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Talisa Show.
Hey y'all, I'm your girl, Dr. Telisa, on the Dr. Telisa Show. And today I'm super excited to have my dear sister in with me on today, talking about all things mentoring for our girls. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for the women that spoke into my life that taught me how to be a girl to a woman, right? And what I've noticed is Vanessa, she's been boots on the ground doing their work. So welcome back, Vanessa. Kind of tell us, I know you started at MLK.
Correct.
With Dr. White. Shout out to Dr. White. We all love him.
Yes.
And now you're over at Westside.
Yes.
So let's talk about, because the schools say that we can't pray. And I believe because we're not praying, why these schools done got out of control, right?
Absolutely, yes.
I'll tell any teacher, they may tell you not to pray out loud, but you better get your oil, you better believe God,
Yes.
and you better be praying in your classroom so you can keep your sanity, your four walls
Absolutely,
intact.
absolutely. I totally agree. And for you to, in order for you to bring that up, I've had a couple of pastors to give me anointing oil. So every session that I start, they got that oil in a gift bag. I give them a gift bag, and one of those essentials is going to be that anointing oil.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I have some girls, they'll take it out in the middle and say, I feel an attitude coming on. I got to know it myself. I got to know it myself.
Oh, my God.
And take it out. Yeah. Or somebody said, I just said a curse word. And she said, I better anoint myself.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, wow. Who would have thought that somebody would just add that into their mentoring
Yes.
program for the girls to get a little trial size of anointing oil?
Wow.
And then they get a Bible actually when they finish as well, the end of the class.
That is impactful, because our young ladies, sometimes, again, they never had anyone in their family to teach them about the power of prayer.
Absolutely.
Many of our young girls never had an example what it looks like. And I go back all the time, and if you know anything about me, I know some of my granddaddy say. My granddaddy said that we are the only Bible that a sinner is reading, right? And so many times those young girls, they see people go to church, but they don't see them live a life of holiness.
Exactly. You're absolutely
And so
right.
then they get confused on, what is this? Where is the power? How is this still happening, but you go to church on Sunday? And so we got to check ourselves, because sometimes we say one thing but display another, right?
Absolutely.
And that's why I love about you. It's not been a time I have not seen you that you did not display the fruit of the Spirit, love, kind. I mean, you display those fruits, right? So I know if I see it to a young girl that we don't know what situation caused her to get to school that day. We don't know what barriers she had to go through. You don't know if, like you said, if uncle, stepdaddy, daddy, or auntie, you don't know who falling with these children,
Exactly.
right?
You're
But you
absolutely
got
right.
to come to get these children that's troubled, that's broken, and you're trying to get them to open up to you so to help them. It's hard. You get them for 1 or 2 hours a day, but their community, their
They
culture,
still have to go back into the
for
culture.
22 hours.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. I was actually at POG doing one segment, and I had a young lady from MLK that never said anything. She sat in the class. She was real quiet. So I knew a lot of trauma was there. So one evening, actually, she texted me and asked me, she said, are you going to be at the church this evening? And so I said, yes. She said, I need to come up there and talk to you. So she came up to the session at the church at POG. I took her upstairs in the room. It was just her and I. And that's when she let a lot out. She had been molested. That particular day, it was a Wednesday. That particular day, she said she thought about leaving school and thought about committing suicide. So I got very active in her life.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Lakeside a couple of times. I check on her, but she is doing amazing now. And matter of fact, she got baptized at POG.
Oh, wow.
So I pick them up. I used to pick them up and take them to church.
And so, that's that village. I hate to say it, we don't see every day, right? I'm grateful. Even in school, there was a doctor, Miss Susan Brooks, my teacher, that she knew we didn't have much, but I never missed nothing. She would drive to Douglas, to my house,
we had that.
pick me up,
Yeah.
take me outside so I can see a better way.
Yeah.
And never one time said, you got some gas money, you got some money to eat. I never lacked. And I thank her today because she made a difference in a little Lisa's life to get to be a Telisa, right? Yeah. And so just imagine how many girls in the next few years is going to come back and say, even more than now, that said, because of you, Miss Vanessa, I am she.
Yes. They say that. I am she.
I am she.
I am.
Yeah, I am she.
One of them, she'll get on Facebook, and she got a whole video by herself. She said, I am she, we are she, we are. And I'm like, girl, what is all that you saying? She said, because I am she. I said, you are.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Confidence have truly, tremendously rather built up. She says, I am she.
And there's so many girls that wish they had that confidence.
Yes.
I heard you say when they walk in the room, their head is down. Mm-hmm. But when they walk at the end of the 9 weeks, their head is up. So now they know they can walk in any room, regardless of who's in that room,
right,
and hold your head up high.
Exactly.
So what are some of the life skills are you teaching them besides that? What's some other areas that they're walking away with?
Actually, how to dress.
Okay.
That's the number one there.
Yes.
How to dress. We're trying to get into the etiquette of table manners as well.
Yes.
I want to do a tea party with them.
Okay.
In reference to, like I said, church, just knowing about Christ, having a relationship with the Lord. Many of them have gained a relationship with the Lord. Character building. Mm-hmm. Before they got to me, they didn't know exactly who they were.
Oh, wow.
Now they know who they are, what they want to do. And basically, I got somebody just called and told me that she's going to be modeling in New York.
Oh, wow.
A big fashion show. And that was one of the ones that walked with the hung down head.
My God. That is a success story.
Many of them.
I'm telling you, that's something. Because to go to New York, if you've never been in New York, it is busy 24 hours a day, just like Las Vegas, right?
Absolutely.
I don't care what time I wanted something in Las Vegas. Everything was wide open, right?
Yeah.
There was no such thing as opening and closing hours.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I just thank you for your commitment to walk off your career, to say, I'm going to start a new career and work for God. I just say you just work for God, right?
I do. I work for God.
So thank you. And so one thing I know before I leave, I like to ask all my guests, because if anybody know me, I'm all about our community, and I'm sure enough about the culture, right?
Yes.
Make sure we're creating the right culture. What would be the one word that you would describe community to you?
Unity.
Unity, okay. What would be the one word that you would describe culture? Da, 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 da. Culture. What's the culture when they walk in your room? What's the vibe that you would like to see even in our communities?
We get more spiritual.
Yes, go get your butt back to God.
Get your butt back to God.
So when you think about what's having these conversations for community and culture, but we're really having conversations about unity and getting back to spiritual roots. Because if we get back to our spiritual roots, things will change. The Bible says, if my people that are called by my name. So we that say that we are called.
Exactly.
What we doing? Because I believe that, I tell people, baby, if you can't pray a headache away, you in trouble, right? And so I believe that when we walk in the rooms, especially as believers, we are not chameleons. We shouldn't go and fit in. We should stand out.
Exactly.
And a lot of times now the world wants us to fit in, but God wants us to stand out, come up
Exactly.
from amongst them, right?
That's right.
And so when you're doing that, Vanessa, it makes my heart feel good to see all these success stories that I am she. Before we get out of here, and I know there are some people say, you know what, I just don't have time. I wish I did have time, but I may want to help support or donate or do something. How can people even partner with you?
Okay, all right. I'll be glad to give that information out. I do have an email address. Our email address is imshememphis@gmail.com. Again, imshememphis@gmail.com. Contact telephone number, area code 901-503-9388. We are on Instagram simply as I Am She. We do have cash app giving as well. It's $ I Am She Memphis 214. Again, $ I Am She Memphis 214.
I love it. Thank you. And listen, I'm challenging you all to support this organization that is doing the work, especially in the inner city, right? She didn't take her program to the outskirts where many of the children, sometimes the parents don't really need all what she has, right? But she went to the community. And so, y'all, let's support Vanessa, all right? Vanessa Caswell, she is the proud leader of I Am She. Listen, y'all, I'm your girl, Dr. Telisa Franklin. Know that I love you, baby. Absolutely, positively love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Make this day, make this moment, make this second the best ever, and learn how to be the best version of you, because everybody else is what is already taken. Until next time, be blessed is my prayer for you.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel here at the Dr. Talisa Show.
It's time for upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
At
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel here at the Dr. Talisa Show.
Happy to everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice. You know what? This is the day that the good Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, you are watching or listening to the Dr. Telisa Show, and I am Dr. Telisa Franklin. I'm always excited to have those conversations that really move the needle for our community and our culture. And I'm super excited to have a young man on the set with me today that I know without a shadow of a doubt, whatever he puts his hands to, his heart is already connected. And when you think about some of our young men that's in our community, they are challenged right now. And they need great people with a great heart that will literally speak into their life. And so many of y'all that see me, maybe you can't hear, you just hearing me. But if you seeing me, I didn't know I put on his colors, but I put on a true Alpha man colors today, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, y'all welcome with me, the pastor, the one and the only Anthony Sledge. What's up, honey?
Hey, thank you. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm
Hey,
good.
Thank you. Simply marvelous. Thank you for having me this morning.
Hey, it's always good to have you in my presence because I know when I get you in my presence, I feel a little bit better because I'm looking at a man that's for real about doing the business of kingdom.
Well, thank you. I definitely appreciate that. That's always been my mantra, kingdom building. And
Yeah.
so I'm the new pastor of Design Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Been there about 15 months, and my theme is it's a new day and a new season, a new day. And so I'm excited. I'm ecstatically glad to be a servant working, not just talking about the work, but doing the work.
Yeah. Because you're doing the work. One thing I know, I never forget, y'all, I was doing a big Easter extravaganza. I'm going to tell you, you touched me, though. I was doing that, and I knew that we were getting short on help. And all I did was put the call out. Mm-hmm. And you came, you brought yourself, some other brothers that was in the lineage to be alpha men, to teaching them service is the first thing that we have to do is serve.
Right. And I think that, being an alpha man, I've been alpha 38 years.
Okay.
And so I think that's one of the mantras. I'm also the National Panhellenic President locally, and I'm the national chaplain.
Yes.
For the National NPAC. And so that I tell everybody as I speak to their different Founders Days, I have to be neutral. I wear white and black, not my colors.
Yeah.
I tell them that we're all cut from the cloth of service.
Yes.
And that has been one of the things that allowed me to be a part of I Am He, along with my good friend and who's the founder of I Am She.
All right.
And so I just think that if we can all collectively think about service and build on that, then we can make this city, this county, this state, this nation a better place.
Absolutely. So, I think about as the founder and CEO of I Am She, which is the great, beautiful Miss Vanessa Caswell.
Oh my.
And now she's brought you on board to lead the I Am He organization. Right. And I've always felt that there was a need. She's always was touching girls, but then we had some little boys at home or little boys that needed the presence of a real man.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of boys never had the love and affection of a real man that can speak life into them. So literally, what is the purpose now for I Am He as you lead?
Well, the purpose of I Am He is to, similarly to what Vanessa does with the girls, we deal with ACEs-related trauma experiences. And as I took the assessment, I'm about a 9.
Okay.
And that's high.
I'm a 10, so I know.
That's high. And but we were the ones who made it.
Yes, Lord. Thank
Millions
you, Lord.
couldn't make it,
but we
were the ones that did.
Yeah.
And so as we ventured, I've been knowing this about 40 years. High school, and we stayed down the street from each other. And she went her separate ways. We connected through a mutual friend, my god sister, and I didn't really know anything about I Am He.
Okay.
I Am She. And so I had another nonprofit called Accepting Responsibility. And it was related to ex-offender reentry.
Okay.
And so I worked collaboratively with some people, and that's a hard area to focus.
God, I can imagine.
And so after we connected, and she had a vision, and I said, okay. I said, well, I'll pray about it. And she approached me, and we talked about it, and I said, yeah, I think I would be able to do that. I think I would be worthy of your picking for me to be a part of your organization. And so we were under the one umbrella. There was no sense in me creating another spoke in the wheel. The wheel was already done.
Say that again for the people in the back of the choir that keep trying to reinvent the wheel.
Right. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just be the spoke and know your place.
Yes.
That we collectively work together. I think being a pastor, I think a lot of times that we could do so much in the community, but everybody has their own utopia.
Yes.
And they want to know who has the power, who's going to hold the money, who's going to do this.
Who going to name go get called first.
Right. Instead of doing the work.
Yes.
And so I Am He is dealing with boys from 8 to 18. And they're not bad children or boys. They just need nurturing and leadership.
And some have make bad choices because of their environment.
Right. It's a mentoring program, and it's a rites of passage.
Yes.
So I added that piece to it because as they matriculate from one step to another, they earn their shirts, they earn certain things, and then it's not entitled to them. They got to understand nothing is entitled but life or death. You're gonna live, and you're surely gonna die.
Sure enough.
Now, how your hyphen goes depends on what mark you make in life. And so as we deal with these young boys, and we want to give them some pictures of what men should look like. Not perfect men now, but men who changing tires, putting on tires, holding doors, dealing with emotional issues that everybody thinks, well, that's just part of life. That has molded, and that's why their behaviors are showed the way they are displayed, because they can't go and tell, we know I need to see a therapist. They're not gonna do that.
Right.
You and I can go to EAP, or we blessed enough we can go talk to the doctor.
Yeah.
And even pastors need to talk to somebody now.
Please go talk to somebody, because if not, that's a whole.
That's a whole nother show.
I've been saying y'all spilling on the church congregation on Sunday, but come on,
that's
shut
a whole nother show.
because I'm ready to talk about that. But
Right.
go on.
And so,
IME.
and so we have to understand that they're crying out.
Yeah.
And their behavior dictates what they've been through, but we don't know what they've been through.
Yes.
So you can't just throw everybody out with the bathwater. And so as we assess that, and we work with them on little things. I had a gang member that I met, and I said, man, why are you in the gang? He said, because they eat breakfast together. It wasn't because he got beat in. It wasn't because they rob and steal.
They eat breakfast together.
They eat breakfast together. And we take the small things literally that we do and think that they're unconventional. And that gave him that bond, that family that he was looking for or needed in his life. What if somebody else had got to him earlier? Could have changed his whole structure.
Yes.
No. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this. We don't have to compete. We know there are a lot, and I'm not definitely downing any other organization. God just put it on my heart through Vanessa. You know, I'd always been working. I've been mentoring since Binghamton.
Yes.
I got pictures. I've been working with boys. The fraternity, they can, the fraternity doesn't make you. You bring things to the fraternity, and they see your intrinsic qualities, and that they can help build them. But they if a fraternity makes you, you're in the wrong place.
Come on now.
And I'm not like Marvin Wine. He said, all Greeks go into hell. That ain't true either.
Come on.
So but collectively as we work together, I think that we can help those young boys that we're going to be associated with, especially in the South Memphis area, Orange Mound, and Whitehaven. And I'm so thankful for Zion Hill, the church, for allowing me to be a hub.
Oh.
So we can reach those. Booker T. Washington, I'm taking some boys to a boxing event September 20th. So we can be a hub in that community, and that's what we need to be, kingdom building.
And what I also hear, that that there is a lot of organizations doing the work. So you're not trying to do the work all in Memphis. You're trying to take your 15-mile radius from where your church building is, and you're able to impact them. What would happen if everybody did that versus saying, we take care of the whole city? Ain't no one person can take care of the whole city, because if we did, we wouldn't have these YNs doing what they want to do. Because let me tell you something. These YNs ain't scared of nobody.
Right.
I was coming out my office, one of my offices, and there was a young man, had a Pooh Shiesty mask on, hat on them, the things, and he had a long gun, long as my legs, right? And I walked out. I said, hey, baby, how you doing, sugar? God bless you. You be careful out here, baby. And I went on in, and so my boy was like, why you say that? I said, baby, I need that boy to look at me like I was his mama, because I didn't know what was on his head, and I didn't want him to think that I was looking at him like he was a bad boy. Baby, go on, sugar. Hey, baby. But this is what's happening, because these young boys, a lot of them just want the sense of a community.
Yes. That's why I tell my church, if they come in with hats on, don't say anything. Because they came there for a reason.
Right.
Now we watch as well as pray.
Yeah.
Believe you me. But we're not gonna run away from that. Young ladies, if they come in and they're not dressed as they should, we don't know where they came from, Doc. And so You don't know if somebody whooped, if they were in a situation, they were beaten,
Yep.
domestic violence. You don't know. They ran to a place of safety. And so we got to embrace them,
Yeah.
love them, then teach them how to love.
Absolutely. I can't tell you to pull your skirt down and that's all you ever seen from your lineage of family.
Exactly.
But I can show you how much better it was and then show you how the response of your peers would be when you put on some clothes.
Right, exactly.
And so I know that we got so much more to talk about, you all. You're listening to the Dr. Telisa Show right here, where we're literally having the conversations for the community in our culture. I'm talking with Anthony Sledge of I Am He Boys Mentoring Program that is truly doing the work in our community. We'll be right back.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Talisa Show.
It's time for Upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
At
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Talisa Show. From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa.
You're watching the Dr. Telisa Show, where we are truly having a conversation that is changing communities and people in the culture. Because why? We have a young man by the name of Anthony Sledge, y'all. He is the leader of I Am He. And, we're talking about so many of our young men, Sledge, they really just need a community. They need a sense of belonging, right?
Right.
And so how do you, I know you're using your church because you're the great pastor of your church, but how are you going to be able to let the boys know that, hey, I ain't trying to make you come to my church, but I'm trying you to come and get with a community that's going to love you, nurture you, and help you be the best version of yourself?
Well, what we've established is some partnerships with other churches as well.
Oh, good.
So if they're in the Whitehaven area, they can go to the vineyard. If they're in Hickory Hill area, there's another church with Pastor Damon Griffin.
Yes.
They can assemble there. So we're not isolating them. We want to make sure that, and if getting to the point of where we're going to meet once a month, then we'll switch and pivot to other areas so we can go to them and not necessarily make it a hardship for them to come to us.
Good.
And so I think that's important as we pour Christ into them, and it's a holistic centered organization. But we don't want to proselytize to the point where they have their choice.
Yeah.
They want to have a choice. We want to introduce them, and then let them have that establish that relationship themselves.
I love it. Yeah. So how do you plan to articulate your message to the unchurched, to the unseasoned, because there's a lot of young boys out there, they just don't know no better, right?
Right.
What's your approach? How are you going to get them to trust you? Because I always tell people, love to me ain't a word unless you're showing it to me, right? So don't tell me you love me, show me you love me. And then once you show me you love me, then you can tell me what you want to say.
Right. I guess that's funny as I think about it, as I entered the church. I said, everybody's church got to be, we love you, agape, unconditional love. I said, well, you like me right now.
Right.
And I like you.
Uh-huh.
I said, but you learn to love me when you know me. And we've gone through some experiences
Yeah.
together. When I've been when you call me, you're sick and I'm showing up.
Uh-huh.
So I think transparency is one of the key factors to get these boys. And then we've all had some things in our past. I hadn't had, my father, when I was 12, he left. I eulogized my father almost 2 years ago. He was on dialysis. I was on dialysis at the same time.
Right.
I received a kidney, of course, 3 years ago, and he didn't make it. And so I think transparency is one, and then meeting them where they are, Doctor.
Yeah.
So you got to meet them where they are. You can't negate them for how society looks on them and say,
Yes.
because their pants are down, they may not have a belt.
Come on.
So everybody just because
They don't want to be. I tell people, nobody wakes up and say, oh, I'm going to be a crackhead today.
Right.
Nobody wakes up to
Right.
say that.
Right. There are
Life.
conditions, life and conditions present, and we can't save everybody. We can't save anybody. We send them to the Savior.
Yes.
But if you're hungry, and next thing you're hungry, don't say, let me pray for you. If you got $3,
Give me some
food.
food. Feed
Feed
me.
the folk. Feed the young men. And so, but I offered challenges, choices for them to look at. I had a young man call me. I passed out some flyers about clothes giveaway.
Uh-huh.
So he called. He been calling. I was like, I didn't get my number. I said, text, okay. So he said, man, I need to borrow money. I said, well, let me tell you something, young man. I don't borrow money. I don't lend money. I said, but if you come to the church, talk about it, let's talk about resources. He said, well, I don't have an ID. I said, well, I got somebody you can get some ID from.
Yeah.
Now, I said, church starts at 11. We usually an hour and a half. If you can't invest an hour and a half, then you really don't want what you're asking for.
Absolutely.
And so that's in that. So you got to offer some alternatives. Again, nothing is entitled, but if they can work for that and they can see by their own fruits and labor,
Yes.
that there are rewards. Businesses. There are a lot of people who may be in the wrong pharmaceutical field, but it's a business, and there's business things. There's marketing. There's supply and demand.
Sure enough.
It ain't the thing that you want to push, but you got to look at it. Can you turn those things, those negatives into positives, so that it can make and some have.
Yes.
Some have. And so I think those are the things that we want to import in them and for them to look at. I know it's a job. I know it ain't the job that you want. But fast money ain't going to last.
Fast money ain't going to last, and it's going to make you last in a jail cell if you don't watch it.
Jail
right?
cell
or the ground. Unfortunately, that's what happens. And so with I Am He, you guys have plants over in different areas, and all three of those pastor leaders I know are true men of God. But also you're doing extracurricular activities, and then you're also giving them the resources. Because there is, like you said, there is a lot of young men, they just don't know. So they may need some financial literacy, because if the truth be told, like you said, some of our young guys, they're already enterprising. They just enterprising on the wrong thing, right? So how can we take that skill and put it in something that can last your lifetime?
Right. You refine it, almost like the parable. You don't give them fish to eat. You teach them how to fish for a lifetime.
Exactly.
And so if we can do that, those are one of our efforts. Again, financial literacy. Have different gentlemen to come in and talk to them in different fields of work.
Yes.
Everybody's not college ready.
Right. But they can do some plumbing, some AC.
You got to have
and make good money.
Very good money. Very nice incomes, and they're needed.
Yes.
Computers and AI are good. They're up and coming, but the AI ain't gonna be able to come in and do that plumbing job.
Exactly.
And so that's something we definitely want to look at and improve in them. Some social skills and life skills. And then just learning how to tie ties and change the tie. You would believe that if you out there with your girlfriend or your woman or your wife, and neither one of y'all, both of y'all stranded. 'Cause
Right,
you can't
right.
even change the tire.
Exactly.
And so just some of the other skills that I think define what men ought to be. You wouldn't want your grandmama out there stranded.
Come
and
on.
you can't change the tire, and she's looking at you. You looking at her like,
And teach them to go pump the gas. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
sit in
yeah.
the passenger seat and I'm driving. I gotta pump my own gas.
yeah. Just some little things that I think that definitely have diminished
Yes.
in our upbringing, and as we touch on them, just giving them responsibility, accountability, but a sense of belonging.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
They want to be, they want to be inclusive in the right area
Right.
with their faults, which we're all works in progress.
Oh God, yes.
My.
I got too many faults to list, baby. But what I am just grateful. How can people get involved if there is maybe a mom or a auntie or uncle or big sister that feels that their brother or the male in their family feels lost and we just need somebody to help center them back? How can people come apart?
I can be reached at 901-878-2076. That's a cell. I have an email address, imhememphis@gmail.com. Again, imhememphis@gmail.com. I think we're on Twitter and Facebook page.
Okay.
And then we do take donations. We're not really into grants because the grants are really scarce right now.
Yes, they are.
But with the power of God and the power of people.
Yes, yes.
Remember, that's how I met you. I met you then, and I came here. We had 10,000 eggs. This lady's amazing. I'm out there with the guy. We throwing eggs. They look at me, and then we had to hold them back and say, "Wait until it was ready."
Yeah, that was a little out of control.
It was
Every
control.
year.
It was good. It really was. I was excited to be there. But we do take donations because we have Cash App under I Am She, and we also have Zephy. You can do donations. They track your money. This ain't no mom and pop type nonprofit. We have records. We keep records, and you'll get all that donations and recorded for your tax purposes. And we just have a lot of collaboration from other churches. I'm leaning on them.
Absolutely.
Who are wanting to be a part of this.
And if you're a church or organization out there, you want to partner, make sure you reach out. If you didn't get all that, always reach out to me on all my platforms. I'd be more than happy to share. Before I get you out of here, Sledge, I always ask my guests a few questions because y'all know I'm all about community and culture. What is the one word that you would describe community?
Community would be inclusiveness.
Inclusiveness. Yeah. What's the one word you would describe culture?
Culture, a sense of meaning.
So you're saying we got to continue to have those conversations with sense of meaning, with inclusive mindset.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's good, y'all. I'm telling y'all, every time we do this, I get a different word and I get a different phrase because I'm determined for everybody to work together as one. Yeah. I think that if we start being, stop the silos.
Yes.
And have a sense of belonging, then we can all be inclusive together. Yeah. And make sure everybody feel valued, heard, and seen at these tables.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times people don't feel seen, and especially of our young boys, a lot of them are acting out because they don't feel seen.
Right.
A lot of them are acting just crazy because social media sees them when the people around them don't.
Right.
And so we have to do better. Anthony Sledge, pastor, tell people how they can come to your church on Sunday before I get out of here.
All right, we're at 1468 Leland in the heart of South Memphis at Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church. 11 o'clock service starts at 11, and we usually at about 12:30, unless the Spirit moves in a mighty, mighty way. So we'd love to have you come and share with us. We don't steal members. We sure invite you to come visit.
I love it. That's right. Don't y'all be stealing nobody's members. There's enough unchurched out here.
Yes,
and you all that's listening or watching, you may be one of those that are unchurched and you're looking for a good ground, a place where the pastor's going to take you in under his wings and make sure the best of you come out. So definitely reach out. I'm telling you, from purposefully young man that's about the work of kingdom. Listen, I am your girl, Dr. Telisa Franklin, right here Enjoying myself as always on the Dr. Telisa Show. Conversations that's trending for your community and your culture. Know that I love you, baby. Absolutely, positively love you. And there is nothing you can do about it. Make this day, make this moment, make this second the best ever, and learn how to be the best version of you. Because you know what? Everybody else is already taken. Until next time, be blessed is my prayer for you.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa.